co-host Mia. Welcome to Through the Cracks podcast. For today's episode, we just wanted to let you know that it does touch on some pretty tough topics, such as religion and gun violence. If any of those things bother you or just don't sit right, feel free to click away. We'll have plenty of other episodes to suit whatever you want to listen to. We also wanted to let you know that we are not affiliated with any religion. The people we ran into for this episode just happen to be part of a religious organization. While we aren't against any of the things they're saying, we also don't seek to condone any of the things they're saying. So with that in mind, please enjoy our episode today, and we'll see you there.
Hey, what's up? This is Elijah with Through the Cracks podcast, the podcast where we talk to people out on the street, try to give them the platform that they don't normally have. Today we got
Kyle Jones
and
Isiah Scott.
And I just met these guys while we were down here in Atlanta, helping out the people that we find down here. So we're going to start out with the question for them, and the first question we got is, could you just tell us, like, you got preferred pronouns, or you guys are just he, him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Are you guys from Atlanta?
I am not from Atlanta. I'm originally was born in Baltimore, Maryland. Me and my mother went to Richmond, Virginia. Well, me and my three brothers and my mother, we went to Richmond, Virginia when I was around like 3 to 4 years old. So I was raised in Richmond, Virginia. Actually been in Atlanta for about a month now. So yeah.
So originally from I cut you off?
No, you go.
Oh, my bad. So originally from here, born here, moved to Alabama for about, I think 4 years, something like that. And then came back to Atlanta, but I'm not from like Atlanta. I'm from like the suburbs, you know.
Oh yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Us here. Yeah, you know.
I already know what's going on.
I feel left out.
I'm from Utah.
Are you from like in the city?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm a city boy.
I got you. Yeah.
You're not a safe city girl?
Yeah.
I'm a city boy.
Oh, I got you. No, we're new to the city. You know, we've been living here since July. 4 months. Yeah, since July. So
Okay.
you know, we always live around Atlanta, but we never been in Atlanta before. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. Dope.
So you miss living up there, or you like Atlanta better?
Oh, that was a good question. I don't really miss home too much. I miss what I could have, my impact out there. I miss some of the people out there. But I understand in life, sometimes you got to keep going forward. You got to keep pushing. So I'm here for a reason. And when I get done what I'm here for, I'm going to be able to move to the next place. So I got to continuously move in my life. If that makes sense.
I got you. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, you still got fond memories there, but
I do. But gotta keep
move.
pushing, man. We only get one chance at life. And ultimately, it's a lot of people still sitting on their deathbed today, wishing and hope that they did the stuff they could have completed or wish they have took the risk. But I understand the importance of moving forward and just getting to the next chapter of my life.
I got you. Yeah. You live in the city too, or are you still in the suburbs?
So like you say, so I'm still in the suburbs. But I do come to Atlanta with him because we have a non-profit. So we're trying to help out people in the Atlanta area, and the area is not the best, to be honest. Definitely in Alabama, so it feels a little bit better in Alabama than here in Atlanta. It's just like the spiritual. Okay, but definitely I like it. I like being here. I like the potential it has. It has so much talent is out here. So much love and joy can be made out here. But it's just we need more people out here to do that work. Right? I don't know if I answered your question, but
no, you did. What kind of? Okay, first off, you said spiritual.
Yeah.
What's your religion or spirituality? Where you fit in there?
So I'm not really much of a religious type person. I'm more so a relationship. I have a relationship with Jesus Christ. And I understand that can offend a lot of people. I understand, but I'm not that type of person that's like, oh, you gonna go to hell if you don't. No, I'm pretty cool. You got to know me. You know what I'm saying? But actually, it's called Clutch. If you want to tell them what it means.
Christ led us to create history.
Right. Yeah, that's the nonprofit.
I like that.
Exactly.
That's nice.
It's a movement, baby.
You want to explain a little bit more about that?
Actually, what led me to create that nonprofit organization is ultimately I survived a traumatic brain injury in 2018. Suffered a gunshot wound to the back of my head. So with that injury, it put me in a coma for about 8 days. Also had a stroke in a coma. Doctors predicted I wouldn't pretty much walk anymore. I wouldn't talk. But they thought I wouldn't even wake up. And when I did wake up, it still kind of astounded them and blew their mind. But Jesus is my ultimate doctor. But when I got to that point, getting out of my coma, I really couldn't walk anymore. I couldn't talk. I couldn't write. I couldn't drink. The littlest things that we think of, the littlest things that we do every day without paying attention to. Literally putting on socks and shoes. I couldn't do that myself. Or like I had double vision, so I seen 2 of everything. So it would be like 4 people right here right now. So it's like, I understand how it is to be helpless. I understand how it feels not to be able to shower myself. I understand how it feels not to be able to dress myself. I understand how it feels not to be able to walk. And I understand how it feels to be helpless. And I feel like a lot of people in these streets out here are helpless. And some people try to put themselves in environments for bettering themselves, but they instantly get judged based on their outer appearance. When they try to, of course, get a job or maybe trying to get home. A lot of people, they don't really want that type of people around them because they don't want to lose their property value or they don't want to lose their customers. So me understanding that those people are still people and everybody has a piece of God in them and everybody is a person, I just come out here and treat people like people. So that's what got me started with the movement, and that's why we put taking over the world.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. You already know.
Let's get it.
And did you just join the movement with him? Like, did he bring you into it, or
Oh,
like was it a
man.
mutual thing?
So
Y'all really
should I
bring
tell
together,
the
or
story how we met?
Yeah. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so basically, me and my cousin, I do have a YouTube channel called Scott Nation. We just made it, so
Go check it out.
Don't look at the numbers like, oh, shut up. So, so basically, me and my cousin were making YouTube videos in Piedmont Park, and what happened was when we were done, my cousin said, "Yo, bro, like we really better blow up. I hope God really gets us. Like God is gonna help us." And I'm not calling my cousin out. Like he's a good person. He's really cool. But what he said was, I know God is gonna help us. And I was like, "Do you even know God?" And I didn't say that to convict him or make him like mad. I was just like, "Be honest. Do you talk to him? Do you have a relationship with him? Because you're over here asking him to give you something, yet you don't do anything for him." And crazy thing is that right when I said that, you remember what they look like, right? What would you say that they look like?
They both were
Like Hindu?
like Hindu or like Buddhism. They
Yeah.
actually had the whole outfit, bald
Yeah.
heads and everything.
They had that out like it was like cosplay. You said what? Monks.
Boom!
Monks,
There we go.
Buddhist monks.
Monks.
See,
Buddhist monks.
Camera woman know what she's talking about. So, so it was like 2 monks, and they stopped us like, "Oh, we got the dynamic duo," because my cousin's dark skin, I'm light skin. We got the dynamic duo going on. Y'all look like y'all know about spirituality. And I was like, okay, I don't know how you know that, but okay. So we're talking, and he's talking about how I think every way leads to heaven and all that. I was like, okay. So what do you think about Jesus? He was like, oh yeah. He can lead to heaven too. I'm like, okay. So what do you think when he said, "I'm the way, and the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me"? They just looked at me so confused, like, So that happened, and Kyle was actually walking by as I was talking about him, and like, what did you hear? Like,
I was walking through the park, and then it's like, the relationship I have with Jesus is so practical. I feel like that's, God is dad, Jesus is big bro, and that's how I treat him. That's how it's gonna be to the death of me, pretty much. So I'm like walking through the park, and I see this little light-skinned Drake-looking person talking about Jesus. So I'm like, I look at God, and I'm like, who is this little light-skinned dude? Like, do he know what he's talking about? So I stood there and I listened, and then right after he started talking, I threw a scripture at him. It was actually John 14:12. He that believes in the Son will do the same works that I do, but greater works than these he will do because I'm going to the Father. So I basically was trying to get to them, and they already knew the scripture, but I was like letting people know that day, like a lot of people don't understand that the power is within. The God is within. The things we can do on this earth is within, because he didn't say, a lot of people sit there and they say, God is going to take care of me. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to just get everything. No, you have to go out there and actually express your faith. Faith without work is dead. So you got to work with it too. So, Yep. And then, I looked at him, and then after that, we just kind of linked up. I told him my story. He was like, "Oh, I think I seen you before." I was like, whatever. So let's exchange numbers. I didn't say whatever. I mean, I kind of believed him. I don't know if he was telling the truth or trying to make me feel good. I don't know. No, I'm joking. We exchanged numbers, and we've been brothers ever since. We hit it off, and it's crazy. I mean, he treats me better than some of my family does. So
it's really about that not blood relationship. Like blood is family blood is like a lot. But when you have a spiritual family, it's so amazing and great. Like how long we knew each other? It's been like a month or 2, right?
maybe a month.
Maybe a month. This man is my brother. Like I know him more than my own cousins, my own family, and it's like wow. Like, look, it's just a blessing. And it's crazy that I'm gonna pick up where he came off. When we was talking, I remember the first thing he told me was like, "Hey, did you activate your powers yet?"
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what you talking about?
Woo! Let's go.
I was like,
Let's go.
I was like, what do you mean? He was like, you activate your powers. Like, I can speak in tongues, but I haven't learned how to do deliverance or heal the sick yet.
Ooh, is that Pentecostal thing?
No, it's straight. I'm not what do you call it? Denominational? Non-denominational.
Yeah.
What would you call it? Kind of evangelism, pretty much?
It's just a sign of the Holy Spirit. That's what the Bible says.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I can speak in tongues. Like, I would show an example. If you of the Spirit, you will hear it. You know, you probably interpret what I just said. But it's like that bond that you have with God, and when you meet other people who are of the same love and the same compassion, the same care, and when you meet, y'all work together, bro, great things will happen. Great things will happen.
To be honest with you, I'm gonna give you something funny that's just like weird. I was in the middle of, because I do videography. I have a production company right now. Actually, Inside Scoop Productions. Check me out on Instagram. Inside, INSIDE Scoop, and then Productions. Also, my personal Instagram is Kyle Jones Official __. I don't think that's hard. Kyle Jones is a pretty simple name. Yeah. Official after it, and then just the underscore.
You'd be surprised.
We'll link to it in the show notes. Y'all go follow him. Y'all go check him out.
James just made me kind of feel stupid, but look, it's okay. So it's funny because this is how I would say cool God is, but it's like he's hilarious. So I'm struggling right now in editing, right? I'm working on editing with iMovie, and it's like I'm having struggles with it. I literally bought Premiere Pro and didn't know how to use it at all. I just paid a subscription for something I don't even know what I'm doing. When I got on it, I was depressed because there was a whole lot of stuff everywhere, so I just got off of it. This guy is literally the master of Premiere Pro.
Ooh.
So everything I didn't know, he was able to make up on. And it's amazing how everything is just kind of interlocked. You know, he was the missing piece to the puzzle of what I needed to do out here. Now it's so many more things I've learned just talking with him, just sitting with him, having conversations. You know, it's cool how it works, man.
I mean, he said it, I did it, so
Yeah.
you know.
So you feel like God led y'all together in that conversation for a reason?
I know.
You know it.
I know. Without a doubt, I know.
For sure. When you get to that, I'm not saying that you don't, but it's like when you fully understand the overall power that he holds, when these like convenient things happen, you know it's God. It's not convenience. It's like, oh, that's just crazy. Like, what? Like, really? We know the same people? That's not just, it's God. He literally just puts like, okay, this chess piece that is going to take over this board is going to interact with this chess piece that's going to take over another board. And overall, boards are going to keep on, they're going to keep on stacking and stacking and stacking. So we're going to meet new people like this, like the fact that he was,
I think, oh, sorry. I
no,
didn't
you
mean
go
to cut
ahead.
off. I think that's like one of the most interesting things, just like, because I grew up Christian. I'm not saying like I'm necessarily like I am Christian, even though I believe in a God, a creator of some kind, you know? I think it is so interesting that the all-knowing being, like you look at that stone, he knows how many atoms are in that stone. He knows the temperature of all of them. He knows the vibration of all of them. And that's the same for you. He knows all the atoms in your body. He knows how many hairs there are on your head.
Yeah,
he knows exactly what they look like. Like, it is an insane amount of just information that he knows, you know? And it's all interconnected. It's all interconnected. He knows what he put into the universe. He knows what's here, you know? That's crazy.
I actually want to say something to you guys out there. The Jesus that people have been portraying to you is not real.
No,
that American Jesus?
That Jesus that people, the Jesus
Infamous
that people,
white Jesus.
the infamous white,
infamous white Jesus. That's gonna be the name of this episode. Infamous white Jesus.
Bro, guys, I'm telling you, he's not, like, bro, just talk to this man. Like, just talk to him. Just holler at him. Like, just let him know what you're going through. Cast thy burdens upon him. Just be what's up with him. Be real. I apologize for all the people who have tricked you. I apologize for the people who have led you astray. I apologize for the wrong interpretation that people have given Jesus. But he is not that bad of a person at all. He's a very cool person.
I mean, look at us, like, dude, like we're the quote unquote Jesus freaks that people talk about. But do I look like a freak? Do I look?
I saw some of you, bro.
Like, what you mean?
I'm sorry, like what?
Like, what you mean, bro?
man.
See this man hair, bro. That's far. I'm trying to get like.
You know what I'm saying? We
but,
saucing up, yeah.
but like, do we like? We don't come off. I hope we don't come off as people that are weird or like we hate everybody or like if you're part of this group, we don't love you, or if you're like unvaccinated or something, you're back like I don't love you. Like what? Does that make any?
I literally introduced myself to him. I was like, yeah, a lot of people don't like me because I'm pagan. And he was like, that's dope. What type? And I was like, that's a little complicated. And he sat and listened to the whole thing.
Yeah, that's an acceptance that Jesus really preached. You know, like the Jesus that we see in America a lot of times is the Jesus that we push in front of, that was pushed in front of slaves. That is pushed in front of all these people to be like, you're going to hell if you're not this, this, and this. But all those people that Jesus talked to, those are the people that are getting hated on in America now. He went and he sat with the sinners, he sat with the gamblers, the tax collectors who were hated,
bro.
You know, those are the prostitutes. That's not American Jesus right there. That's not American Jesus. You know, that ain't the infamous white Jesus.
Here's the sad part about it, and I love that we're talking about our Father rather than us. I ain't gonna lie to you, like if you don't mind. Okay, but I love that. But
you don't have to ask. I don't care.
Okay, I was making sure. I don't know if you want to talk about clutch, but the crazy part about it is that there is a certain degree of, righteousness to him. There's a certain degree of justice to him. Of course, if you do, like, look, you might hate what I'm about to say, and it's okay. You know what I'm saying? But he still loves you, of course, but he's still righteous. He's still holy. He's still just. You cannot come to the Father still living in your sin. If you know that you're sinning, and you know it's wrong, and it's in your heart, and you just feel it, it's okay. You're still living. You still have a chance, but the ultimate time where it comes down to it's time's up is when you die. So please, like right now, right here, right now, like if you're hearing this, you're hearing it for a reason. Like honestly, you're really hearing it for a reason. There's no reason for you to. Okay, how many followers?
This is our first podcast.
This is your first one?
Yeah, bro. This is your first.
Yeah,
bro.
y'all are the premiere.
That's what I'm saying. Like
premiere.
this is amazing, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad I found y'all.
This is the start of Through the Cracks.
Yeah, I'm glad I found y'all. Y'all are killing it right now.
Infamous white Jesus.
Infamous white Jesus. This is I'll say this. You be who you are. Please be who you are, because you're the only person in the entire universe and all of history to be who you are. I'm the only Eric James Scott to ever be existed ever. You are the only what's your name again? James. Okay. How did I forget that, bro? Leave me alone, bro. Look, because I'm thinking, but you're the only James to ever be created in all of history, right? He made you for a reason like that. Don't be different. Rather, just be accountable, be responsible. If you know that you're in your wrong, you know that you're living in your sin, you know that this probably isn't the best way to live, take accountability, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get right with God, because it's not a matter of he hates you. He loves you so much that he gives you another chance to get right with Jesus. Like he said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father with me.
Hey, I want to ask y'all real quick. Are y'all political at all? And like, if you are, does your spirituality play an effect on your political stances?
Oh, that's far. Hey, I like that.
Man, hey, this podcast about to blow up.
Let's go, James. You hard,
this
bro.
This podcast about to blow up, y'all. What's the name of it?
Through the Cracks.
Through the Cracks. That's a fire name.
Bro, we got to partner with y'all.
Yeah, I like it. That's hard.
But yeah, you can answer.
I got it. I'm digesting right. I'm digesting it. You already ready?
My spirituality in politics, what I know is that everything happens for a reason. Every single thing. If it's bad, it's not of God's doing. It's not God's doing. Like, if something bad happens, God ain't do it. I was an enemy. But I know for a fact that He can make good out of any bad situation. So, regardless of whatever happens, I know for a fact that the man that knows every hair on my head is my king. The man that knows every atom in this stone is my king. The man that died on that cross is the man that knows me to this day and knows exactly what's going to happen to me in the next hour, the next day, the next month, the next year. So when I hear that Joe Biden just raised gas prices, I ain't worried about my bank account. I'm worried about, okay, how many souls are going to get saved tomorrow, right? How many people are going to get right with God next year? Okay, when they talking about you got to get vaccinated to go eat, okay, I'm not going to eat. As long as this person's soul is saved, I'm straight. Because that's the only food I need in God, and glory to God. Jesus Christ himself said, you do not need bread alone, but the word of God itself. That's all you need.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm preaching.
I feel like in politics, they're smart. The reason they're smart is because a lot of things going on in the pilot. If you really look at it, and a lot of people don't look deeper than the surface, but we're going to take it through the cracks. In politics, it's a distraction. You hear that? Distraction, right? But it's not going to stop me because I'm going to keep going. Politics distract people from the things that are deeper than the surface that are really going on ultimately. And once you're tricked mentally, and once your mind is set on what people want your mind to be set on, you can't look. Distractions, right? They don't want to hear it, but I'm gonna talk. What's up? Distractions. When they distract you, so many people in this world right now with politicians and everything going on, we're ultimately distracted by what we need to be focused on. And it's not even just Jesus Christ, it's ourselves. So many people output so much time into politics that they don't even get to put time into themselves. They don't even care about their health. They don't care about their, their parents or their living situation, their financial situation, because they're so dependent upon what another man says. But do you know what I say? I say we have the same blood. I say you're flesh and blood just like I'm flesh and blood. I say just because you know where you're at, what's going to stop me from getting there?
Right.
You can't distract me from what I need to get to and where I need to go. And can y'all agree it's a lot of crazy stuff going on in politics right now?
Always.
A lot of people don't know this, and then this is the last comment I'm going to make about it. When politics really started going left and everything started going crazy, is right when they took the Bible out. When they took the Bible out of politics and they took the Bible out of school, go back and look online what happened after that point. When they stopped using him as the decision from right and wrong.
Okay, I got a question to piggyback off that.
Okay.
So, at what point do you think people start using the Bible as a crutch? Like, oh, I'm only feeling this way and need to do right things because I've got God behind me. Like, how do you make it to where it's like, I'm doing it for me just as much as I am God?
Okay.
So that you talking about like that fear of hell?
Yeah.
That's driving them rather than like the
I've never
altruism?
been religious, so I'm not sure how to word
Yeah,
it.
I'm doing this because...
So fear versus altruism is kind of the question that she's asking right now, huh?
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then just to kind of wrap my head around it for my answer, people are doing what they think is right because they're scared of hell.
Yeah, they're scared of the punishment rather than like, I'm out here because I want to be. I have God
okay.
behind
Yeah,
me.
it's altruism.
It's perspective. It's deep. I promise you, it's so deep because you don't have to do things because you're worried about what the next. And people in this world are reactive, right? I'm proactive. I like to be proactive in what I do. If you're doing things in response to something, a punishment coming about, a reaction to whatever you're doing, you're not doing it because it's something off of your heart. And once you actually do something with your heart, you'll see what I'm talking about, how it really feels. Like back before I moved to Atlanta, I was dead broke. Got to my apartment because I'm an all or nothing type of job. The business I was with, they were playing around with me. So they were doing this for about 4 months. And literally those 4 months, I wasn't really working because I didn't respect my time. So what I was doing with the rest of the money, I was just giving it to God, giving it to the church, giving it to people on the street. And I was broke. I didn't know how. I was like $4,500 down bad on my rent. I didn't have no way I had debt up to my neck. But I just said, hey, look, I can't do this, but I'm pretty sure you can. I trust you with the money. You know what I'm saying? I did it from my heart, proactively. And when you do things proactively, and that's why people hate religion, bro. Let me take it deeper. The reason you hate religion is because you doing something, expecting a return to get something, and when you don't get it, you mad at God for not giving it to you when you ain't doing it with the right motives to begin with.
It's not in your heart.
Bro, it's not real. So stop being fake for all these people on the outside. Worry about yourself. Get yourself together.
Yeah, so that's where I found these people. These people are out here. Amen. These people are out here helping. And it's not because they are compelled to do it out of fear. These people got a good heart. You know, that's where I found them. That's where we meet people. All right, I got one more question for y'all. For right now. Who would you say shaped you most as a person? Is it a dad? Is it like a priest? Is it a friend maybe?
Getting shot and going through, like, bro.
So the person that shot
I'm gonna be 100% on your podcast, right? I'm gonna give you some fire that nobody else really hear. Bro, I lie to you not. My dad left when I was like 2 to 3 years old. My mom raised 4 boys by herself. A single parent of 4 with no support. No big child support, no none of that. She did it alone. Bruh, if I ain't gonna sit here and tell you Jesus ain't real, he told me one day, and I was sitting there in my room crying like a baby. He said, stop worrying about your mother and your dad. You know, I am your dad, and I'm gonna take care of you. Man. And it's so literal, bro. And when y'all follow me, you gonna actually see, bro. I've been to Miami. I just left Cancun. I've been to Seattle. I've been to Colorado. I've been to freaking Tennessee, Kentucky. Bro, none of this is from nobody else. I'm not gonna sit here and give credit. No, bro. It's been Jesus the whole time. Amen. The whole time. And that's just being 100 with you, bro. The whole time.
I love that. I love that. That's beautiful.
There's a lot of things in my life that shaped me into who I am now. I know I look old, but I'm only 19 years old, so leave me alone. But
shit, you younger than me.
Oh,
I thought you were older than me.
Shout out to Dukes.
Crazy.
I don't know if I said that, but shout out to Dukes. You did your thing.
Dukes, who's that?
My mother.
Oh yeah,
Mother
for sure.
Dukes.
Yeah, shout out to Mother Kyle.
You don't know my mom.
I know, bro. But I should meet her though. But basically, my whole life, you know, I grew up in the church as well. You know, I've been around Christian people. I've always experienced actual love though, because I'm not saying that your church is bad, but if your church hasn't shown you love for other people, compassion, caring, you know, just taking the time out their day to make sure somebody else is okay, that's not a real church. That's just a building with people that say, oh yeah, I love Jesus. No, you don't, because you're not doing. Jesus said, if you love me, keep my commandments. Simple as that. He ain't put no but. No, he just said, keep my commandments. So I always grew up around loving, caring people. I've always had that kind of heart that God has blessed me with, for sure, to care for people and, you know, love them. And, you know, what we're doing out here today, coming out to the community, seeing people that, you know, may be less fortunate than I am, you know, why not help? Why, like, I have the ability to help. Why not do it, right? You know what I mean? And definitely just seeing other people do that. It's not necessarily one specific person I can really pinpoint, but I would definitely say my grandma, my granddad, my mom, and my dad. Like, y'all 4 have really shown me so much, and I love y'all so much. But to really pinpoint it, necessarily Jesus Christ himself. If you read the gospel, the way he was, he's just so loving and caring, but he also kept it real. He really kept it real with people. He said, look, I'm not going to judge you right now. I came here to save you. But he also told them, don't sin no more. You know what I'm saying? He kept it real with everybody, right? It is just like, that man right there, man, look, man, I just love that man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
I just want to add something to it. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
When I say, a lot of people gonna see this and be like, bro, how Jesus just do it by himself? You just said that you can't sit there and just wait for God to come and not do nothing. No. When I say Jesus, I'm talking about it's kind of like, it's like going through a maze with a blindfold, but making every turn correctly. That's my life.
Yeah.
It's people put in my position and put in my life when they need to be put in my life, and Jesus is the ultimate orchestrator. He's orchestrating all those people in my life and putting people where I need them to be when I need them. So it's been a lot of people to help me get to where I got, and I don't think we got enough time for me to list them all, but thank you all for who have done that for me. Thank you for being obedient, and thank you for being of assistance.
Alright, I got another question for y'all. So I know you ain't been in the city for that long, but I can ask you maybe about the country overall.
Okay.
And you've been in the city for a while.
Right.
So what do you think, what is like one thing that you would change about the city or the country to make this better, to make it better, you know?
In country as far as like U.S.?
U.S., United
Well,
States.
that's a good
In city, you mean like Atlanta City?
Atlanta, because that's where we're at, you know?
Okay.
That's where we're based out of. That's where Through the Cracks is based out of, you know?
Hey, the love. So I'm gonna start with U.S. Let's actually love people to say the way we say we gonna do it. Stop with all that fake love. It's not real, and it's like, bro, come on, like stop. Like, actually, if we just all literally just got down the first rule, which we was all taught this as a kid. Hey, don't do that. Treat people how you want to be treated.
That golden rule.
That golden rule.
If we just literally just all just practice that one thing, I think this whole country would do a flip. And also that, and in the finances too. Let's be honest, we all know that money is deeper than the surface for everything. Everything that's going on with global warming, everything that's happening in the world right now, it's a lot deeper than, again, the surface. It's through the cracks. But stop caring about money. Stop putting money before your brother. Stop putting money before your mother. Stop putting money before your neighbor. Because money is paper, it could be printed. So money does grow on trees. Literally, it can be printed. But a person's life can't. Money could be printed, but a person's life can't. Remember that.
Yeah, there ain't no price that you can put on a person. There ain't no price you can put on human happiness.
Man, so let's start off with the U.S., right? One thing that I really just see in the U.S. specifically, because I just don't see this in other countries to U.S. degree. Stop focusing on the things of this world. Stop, because at some point, you're gonna die. Like, we all die. I'm sorry. Like, if that's news to you, I'm sorry. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. You're gonna pass, and what's gonna happen is you can't put your money in the casket, and then somehow the money disappears, and it's just with you in heaven or hell, wherever you go, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you can't take these things with you. If you're living your whole life to get a car, stop. That car's not going with you. If you live your whole life to get the new Jordans about to come out, chill. If you really spending your entire night sitting outside to get that, if you did that for the PS5, I'm looking at you differently, bro. I'm not judging you. I'm not mad at you. But you gotta take accountability and look at how you spent your time, because you can't get that time back. You can't get that time back. Stop focusing on the things of this world and focus on greater things. You may not believe in God, and you may not believe in the kingdom of heaven, but still, that still applies to all of us. If we just focus on us as a group, as a people, as a not an individual, but as a society, and we really try to help each other out, bro, imagine how this world would be. Like, this world would be so much better. We won't have so much trash on the ground. We won't have so many people sleeping on the floor in the middle of a park. They will have a bed, because you can give up one of your 30 rooms in your mansion for somebody else. You can do that. But no, you're so focused on the things of this world that you just can't. You're so prideful. Number two, I don't even know if I got a number two.
Can I ask you a question to number one?
Yeah.
This is a question for everybody. Have you ever seen a U-Haul behind a hearse?
What's a hearse? What's a hearse?
A hearse, that's what carries a casket.
Have you ever seen a U-Haul truck behind a hearse?
You never seen that?
Never.
Never seen that.
Why? Why do you think?
They can't take it with them, bro.
Can't take none of it with them.
But that's fucked. I'm about to use that. Stop worrying about
That's
these-
pretty good. I like
good.
that. I like that.
That's really good. And look, I'm not saying that you can't have things that you want. If you want to get a Ferrari, get a Ferrari. But what I'm saying is, when you put so much time and effort, and that's all you focused on, and you just stay up all night trying to figure out how you're gonna get this Ferrari, or you're gonna get this new position in your job, you gotta reevaluate everything. Because at the end of the day, bro, when you on your deathbed, you really gonna look back and say, like, I did not spend my time wisely. I did not spend my time wisely at all.
That's a scary thing.
That's so.
In the words of Dr. Miles Monroe himself, shout out to you, rest in peace. The greatest tragedy in life is not death. The greatest tragedy in life is not living life to its full potential. A life lived not to its full potential. That's amazing.
That's
Like,
amazing.
you got all this potential, but you only use like 20%.
20%.
And now you 90 and dead. You ready to die, and you use 20% of your 100%.
So, for you personally, what would using 100% of that life look like to you?
Taking risk every day. Not even taking risk every day. Try this. Take this home with you. Get comfortable living uncomfortably. Get comfortable living in uncomfort. I did door-to-door for a year. I did 100% commission for the last 5 years. Haven't got an hourly job. Can I comment on the job real quick?
Yeah, go
Hey,
ahead.
go
I'm gonna
ahead.
give y'all
That's one
some.
of that's one of my questions.
I'm gonna give you something fire, right? Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, multi-millionaires. It's so many, but you know the one thing that they have in common is what? They're well off. They're wealthy, right? I can name other people: Stevie Wonder, Beyonce, Jay-Z. You know, they all get into it. Now, let me ask you a question: do they have more hours in a day than we do?
Not at all.
They got the same 24/7, and they got the same flesh and blood, right? But what they do is they know how to scale their time within those 24 hours. And what I mean by that is they're using their time wisely, right? I've heard a study, or I believe it was even Elon Musk, I believe, has every 5 minutes of his day planned out, right? So we all have the same 24/7, and we can understand that good processes, good systems, good plans, good routines causes wealth, right? We know that. We already kind of know that. You can put two and two together. So what happens is the way presidents work of companies, the way CEOs work, the way founders work, is they say, hey, now using James for example. Hey James, you know, do you have a routine right now?
Me personally, I'm gonna be honest. It's not as laid out.
Boom. So
It's not
James,
as laid out.
all right, not putting James on the spot, but I'm giving you guys a quick example, right? They understand because they spend millions of dollars to learn the psychology of a person, right? They spend millions of dollars to understand the brain of a person. And they understand that between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. is going to be the most active time in a person's day. So that's where you got those 9 to 5ers. So they now took that psychology and they say, James, you come here. You give me your 9 to 5, give me 8 hours. I'm going to put you on the schedule and I'm going to tell you what you're worth. Are you worth $10 an hour? Are you worth 12? Are you worth 15? They put you, if you can't schedule yourself, if you can't routine yourself, trust me, another job will, another person will put you on their schedule and then turn around after you worked for them for your time that you were given, just like them, because everybody has the same time. They take your time and now tell you what you're worth with your time. That's deep. It's like, that's mind blowing. And there's nothing wrong with working a job and starting a business later on down the line, but some people get trapped in this wheel of thinking that I can't do anything without a job or something to rely on. I am a business owner of 3 businesses. I am a nonprofit organization owner, and I am 22 years old.
Amen.
I don't rely on nothing but myself and God, and ultimately, I can't do nothing else besides that.
All right.
Well, what was the question I asked?
I forgot.
You
said, what do you think about 9 to 5?
You went off. I was too busy
I'm
listening
sorry,
to him.
I snapped.
Wait.
You went off.
In the
I was
city,
like,
I didn't
I was
answer.
taking it in, you know.
What could change in the city for me? What could change in the city is if everybody collectively woke up. Let's stop sleeping. Everybody get up. Wake up, open your eyes, and look in front of you at what's really going on. This right here is temporary. Think for eternity.
Yeah, we might. Sorry for the cut. We had to move due to some audio interference. We're back with Through the Cracks, and we're gonna finish up answering that question. You know, what would you do, or what is something that society could do to change to make it better?
In the city, well, I kind of answered that as far as like the money and everything, but just selfishness, more selflessness than selfishness. If we ultimately like really start to care for the people who sometimes don't even care for themselves, I think things will be totally different. And even smart companies, they don't do this, but okay, it's smart to have loyal employees to your company, because any company that loses an employee within the first 2 years, it actually costs them $50,000 for that employee, for that loss. So imagine if you take a person off the street, you make sure they're good, you treat them good, you keep them fed, you get them a nice job or a house. How loyal would that person be to you?
Pretty damn low.
I'm like pretty damn loyal, like. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? If people looking at it from a business aspect, but I don't want you to think of people as a business. That's not like, no, it's not cool.
Yeah.
Do it because you actually care to do it. If you don't do it.
Y'all all older than me, but I would definitely say that.
I'm younger than you.
Younger.
Oh, you're younger.
I'm 18.
Yeah, she's 18.
Oh, okay.
I just turned 20 in July.
Okay.
Yeah, in July.
I was actually how old you said just turned 20?
Yeah, just turned 20 in July.
That's
Yes.
fire though, that y'all out here getting it like, yeah, this fire, bro.
So you an old head. You the old head of the group, bro. He 22. So look, you the old man.
This is the first time where I've been the oldest in the group.
That's crazy. But definitely, like, in my experiences, I only had 2 girlfriends. But my first one was she was unique. She was very unique. And we was actually talking about that. How when a lot of people are like this. When you have such I call it a spiritual thing about you that people love to see. It's like a spiritual light. People love it. They like that kindness, that joy that you bring them. And it's like, they can't get it from anybody else. They can. They just don't know. But they feel like they can't get it from anybody else but you. So what they do is strip it away from you. They keep on taking. They keep on taking. They keep on taking to where you can't give anymore. And once you can't give anymore, they're gone. They're gone. But from what I can see in his relationship, it's kind of like he gives to his wife, like they technically married. He gives to his wife, and she gets double. And when she gets double, he doubles that, and it doubles that, and it just keeps on going up and up. You know when how like what's the age range? Like 18? Like we can talk about like things like that.
What you mean?
All right, I'm gonna go. Basically, look. So
You're trying to give it a rating
because
R.
like, I don't know who's gonna watch it. I ain't
He
trying
says, is
to-
it PG? Is
Oh,
it G?
no,
PG.
No,
PG,
Talk about
rated
whatever you
R.
want.
Okay.
This about y'all. Y'all want to talk about
is it for
grody
mature
shit?
audiences?
I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, just talk. Just
So
talk.
when you have intercourse, many men think that you're giving the woman your energy. You really are in a way. You kind of are. But what I realize is that you don't want to withhold that energy from your wife. You withhold that from the prostitute or the you know, I'm just putting labels out there. I just so you can understand. I'm not calling them that, but I'm just saying like you don't give that to the female that's been around, that's sleeping around. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that. You don't have sex with anybody. You only have it with your wife because you are giving that energy. So when you're giving that energy to your wife inherently just doubles it. So boom, you get double that energy. And if you ever like been with a girl or whatever, or been with a man, I don't know. When you do get done and you actually love that person, it's like euphoric. It's like, wow, like I really love you, like I wanna, and then like over time it's like during that whole week or 2 weeks, it's kinda like a different vibe.
I got you. Yeah. Let me tie these two together real quick, all right? So he said that the biggest issue in this country is materialism. Is that right? Yeah, materialism. People are focusing on the material, not the spiritual.
Yeah.
The selfishness. The I want to consume, I want everything. I want this, I want this, I want this. You know? He said that the biggest issue is treating women and partners like material, like items to be consumed, you know?
Yeah, this man really gonna tie it like that? Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, consumerism, that is what's rotting away this country so far from what I've seen, you know?
Bro, this man, bro, you about to blow up, bro. You about, man.
So yeah, I think there's something really profound in that. If you look at your partner and you look at them as something to consume, something to have fun with, something to do whatever with now, and you just throw away afterwards, you know? That is not how you need to be looking at these people. Look at these people as souls, as spirits, as an eternal being, you know? Something that will go on forever, not just something to be used up and thrown away.
As the token female.
Token female, we got our token female.
They're not bullshitting.
They're not
Thank
bullshitting.
you, thank
Nah, you can't just be out here consuming women.
Thank
Stop simping. Simping's the issue.
Did you guys know that sex is actually the exchange of energy?
Ooh.
That is actually how my spirituality sees it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Speak
basically
on that,
it's
speak on
a
that.
it's an interlocking of energy, and if those two energies haven't already pretty much decided to be in each other's lives permanently or of a form of a spouse, then they can actually do more harm than they can do better. Have you ever noticed after you finish masturbating, or it's always a funny post about, you ever seen a post on Instagram that's like, once you finish masturbating, it's like you're mad at yourself, or once you finish having sex with somebody you don't love, it's like you beat yourself up.
Post-nut clarity.
It post-nut clarity. It's because it's like, ultimately, you weren't supposed to probably be doing it to begin with. And sometimes we give energy to other people that don't even deserve our energy. And the more energy we disperse, I say it like this: and sometimes like men, we kick back, we we do this, da da da. But let's say if you're a dude, and out of the month, you sleep with 10 different women, and with those 10 different women, you give them 10% of your energy for the whole month. So for March, I'm gonna play all these females. I'm gonna have 10 different girls in March. But each of these 10 females, I'm gonna give you 10% of my energy, right? How much energy did that take up? 100%. How much you got for yourself? Nothing. So
You got
many
zero
people
for
are spending time giving their energy and stuff to other people that they don't really have none for themselves. So stop putting your stuff in stuff that don't need to be belonging in there anyway.
All right, so we just had a guy come up and he was talking to us a little bit, and we just had a guy come up to us and he was talking to us a little bit about what he did and about what he finds interesting. And my man here said something really interesting about, he said, looking up to the streets.
Yeah, I
You wanna
say,
explain about it?
how does that impact the people that are watching it? And there's nothing wrong with shows. There's nothing wrong with what we do. But we really gotta be careful because it's somebody else viewing. There's somebody else watching. Not them in specific. It was just an example.
Yeah.
But growing up, it's like I didn't I looked up to the streets. I was raised in the streets. So it's like, I didn't have a father to look up to. So I looked up to that life. I looked up to being that guy, or, you know what I'm saying? But that living that life didn't take me to where God originally planned. And that's what ended up getting me into the position I was in. So now I understand being careful about what I'm putting in my spirit or what I'm intaking through my eyes or my ears. I still mess up, I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? I still might have my faults. If I was to sit here and be like, I'm this saint, that'd be a lie. But yeah, bro, sometimes we just gotta be, it's not about us, it's about the younger generation. Because the younger kids are gonna be the ones that grow up and cure cancer, grow up and cure AIDS, grow up and cure HIV. Now, if all the time kids, the only thing they can emulate is hearing about killing somebody, drilling somebody, shooting somebody, what do you think they're gonna grow up and do? You can still be a real rap. Like, and we ain't gonna talk too much about it, but you can still be a real dude and you don't gotta, you know what I'm saying, do all that. Because half the people that's talking like that ain't really about it for real. Half the people that's talking it, not walking it. But they making money off of it, they making a profit. But yeah.
Okay. What about you? You think that, like, whenever you were growing up, you were kind of like looking up to the streets, like you saw those videos, those rap videos, things like that, and you look up to it like that's who I want to be?
We're opposite ends of the spectrum.
It's funny you say that. No, because actually my brother's basically like that. My brother was like, he's like, okay, my brother's like, he's a model. So we also call him pre-thug, because he's like, bro, you too pretty, we don't thug, bro. So he was always looking at stuff like that. I'm like, yo, you know that you in the suburbs, right? He's like, yeah, bro, but I'm still hard like that, bro. What you talking about? But he actually did some, like, he didn't do anything drastic to our human standards, like, you know, like, kill nobody, whatever. But he was out there doing things, and I can't disclose because I'm not a, you know.
Yeah.
But he was doing things.
We are out here trying to snitch.
Nah.
Listen, you know.
That's his business.
Ain't no snitching. No.
Ain't no snitching.
What's that one rapper you always joke about who, like, raps about being in the streets, but turns out he's from, like, the suburbs of Canada?
Drake. Yeah, it's Drake. Yeah, Drake trying to act like he hard or like whatever. He's from fucking Canada.
Drake funny, bro. Drake is funny, bro. But no, my brother was just he's that kind of type of person. It's like, I love him to death, but he can be an idiot. He can be an idiot sometimes, and it's like, bruh, like, you listen to this music, and I'm like, do you understand how that affects you? Because it's not just what you hear, it's also how you feel. And how you feel is based off of what that music is making you do, based off of what that show is making you do. Like Kyle said, if you watch these things, it's going to influence you. You're going to start doing things. If we have little kids, you know, parents, please raise your kids right. I'm sorry. Like, it's just facts. People like to say, don't tell me how to parent. You don't know how to parent. You're letting your kid get an iPad or a phone at what age, and they have free range with the internet? Do you not know what's on the internet? Everything. Which means that they can either see the bad or the good. But most likely, they're going to get the bad. Because like what happened with Facebook, they got that whistleblower. He produces bad.
Lil Baby be saying some real stuff in some of his music. Who else?
You say Lil Baby or Lil Baby?
Lil Baby. Lil Baby. If you ever... with an artist, bro, listen to Deeper Than the Surface. Like, really listen to the cracks, bro. And I feel like sometimes with artists, it's like, sometimes we don't talk about, we only talk about the stuff we seen. So sometimes it's not even purposeful. It's like, it's just the flow. So, you know what I'm saying? You got Baby. I don't know if you check out Chance the Rapper, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, lyricists. I rock with Drake. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Even though, you know what I'm saying, like, y'all say he's not a real dude and all that. His you know what I'm saying, his flows is different.
Oh, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? A lot, and then
undeniably a great artist.
Right.
However, in terms of, like, him being a real, like,
and sometimes it's entertainment. Like, cause even I have family that's rappers. My brother is even a full-time artist as well. I understand they do things for entertainment, and it's an entertainment business, an entertainment industry. But I don't really get showing somebody something or portraying something online because it sells. So does that mean I don't really care what the other person sees or how it affects them, as long as I'm making money from it? Or as long as I'm
about selling that soul. You don't want to sell your soul just to get the money.
Just to get the profit. So it's like,
you said it perfectly, selling your soul, because ultimately there's a lot of what's the difference between the soul and the spirit? Because spirit is like will last forever, but soul is like
Soul
personality.
is will, emotions, and
Right.
it's like basically your willpower,
Okay.
your emotions, and like the natural.
So that's really
your
interesting.
soul.
I always heard that being like a synonymous thing, you know, spirit
and
soul.
they don't touch at all.
Right.
Oh,
Spirit, no, them Jones don't touch.
shit, talk on that.
Yeah,
talk
soul
on
is
that.
your emotions, your will,
Yeah.
and your what was the last one I said? Your emotions, your will. Basically, let's just say your emotions and your will. Your spirit.
What goes to heaven and hell.
Go ahead. You
And
got
what's
this.
on with, so okay, when people say we're made in the image of God, it's because we have a body, a mind, and a soul, and a spirit, my bad. So mind, I thought mind was like soul because it's like what you think, that's your personality, that's who you are. Because when your spirit is gone, your body just lays there and it's not talking, it's not cracking jokes, it's not making like dancing or whatever. And now it's gone, like it's just a body. So I thought your spirit and your soul goes up with you in heaven because your soul's like who you are. Because you're still gonna remember who you were on earth, right? So I thought that's what it was.
They actually say once you go to heaven, but it kind of made sense, but they said you actually don't remember who you are when you go to heaven. Because think about it like this: if you got a room full of people in heaven right now,
Yeah.
but they can remember everything from earth, it's like they're gonna be like, so people missing.
No. Somebody did say that. Okay. I don't know what it was. It's a theological thing, right? But basically, okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Basically, what happened is I think God said that you will forget those who have not entered into the gate. Don't quote me. I don't know. But that's what one of my pastors said, and it made sense. It's kind of to what you're saying too, but it's not to where we're gonna forget everything we did, or like all the like. If you're a pastor, you're still gonna know that you're a pastor, right? And then, for example, if you see your mom in heaven, you're like, "Oh, mom," but you're not gonna say mom because it's a different relationship. It's like, "Hey, my mom's name's Angie," but like, "Hey, Angie, I remember you were my mom." But now that we're in heaven, it's not really that dynamic no more. You know what I'm saying? Like if you had a wife, like
We're all kind of like leveled out, you know, we're all equal. It's not like
it's like leveled out, but you're still gonna remember things. Like I'm gonna remember that. Let's say you saved my soul. I'm gonna come up to you like, "Bro, thank you so much for getting me to the gates of heaven." You know what I'm saying?
Heaven is unfathomable. I can't pronounce the word, but it's you can't. It's
Yeah, it's hard to think about. It's hard, but look, hey, we gonna get there though.
when I had my vision, I went to hell basically. I didn't get to see the
like
heavens.
when you got shot.
Yeah, it's
You
on
mentioned
YouTube. Watch my YouTube. What's my Kyle Jones space like dash space The Chosen One. It's a movie called 2021, and we was in the movie theaters, and what's up, bro? I was laying down in a hospital bed, and when the movie ended, and I got out of the hospital bed, it was like a bunch of waves kind of just crashed on everything. I remember seeing like one side of the world, it was kind of like waves crashing. On the other side, it was droughted. So if you could think about this ground, it was like completely droughted. You couldn't see one piece of green grass. It was different groups. You had one group like praising the fire, another group laughing. It was like, I didn't believe he was real. And there was another group like crying. So I seen that as kind of like the end, the hell on earth type of thing. I even remember going in stores, like it was like a Walmart. I don't know the name of the store in the vision, but it was like Walmart pretty much. And the difference between a vision and a premonition is you actually physically walking around. So I remember the vision is like I dreamt it, but the premonition was me like physically walking around. And we was in a group, and it's funny because right out when you walked in the store, it was like I could tell it was kind of like stuff was ending because all of the aisles were getting empty. There was people running around like they were acting crazy. And it was wild because we still see that stuff today. I don't know if you checked in the news, but recently the whole thing with the shelves being empty, that's starting back up. Right now in the world, if the U.S. isn't hitting the debt limit or raising the debt limit, ultimately the U.S. will default on all of the money. They will be moneyless. So it's really getting hectic. I would say about 2 months, something told me one day to post that video. When I posted that video, like literally 2 months later, we had the drought on the Western Hemisphere, California area. Then we had the floods over in China. So it's kind of crazy how I seen this before it even happened 3 years ago. This was in 2018. And then the biggest, another thing, it was a pit basically. And it was like on the side, it was this drought, and then on the side of the drought, it was this pit. And it was like empty. It was nothing there. You look down, it was just like endless black. You seen people falling off of it. You seen people being pushed off of it. You seen people jumping and kind of jumping into it, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more to it, but it's really long. So yeah.
So when you were having these visions, was it like very clear, or was it more like dream-like? Like, was it a dream, or can you like see it like in your head?
Oh no, I can
like
separate
180p,
yeah,
crystal clear. You know.
It was like 4K,
okay.
With the visions and the premonitions, the difference between a vision for me was kind of like you said with that dream. Sometimes your subconscious mind can be tied to what you're going through in the coma. So the things I heard in the hospital room actually happened in my dream. So like my mother speaking up, my mother was physically in my dream, and I'll tell y'all a story. It was funny. So I was walking through my business that I owned in the dream, and out of nowhere I just got laid back, and it was weird because I kept going in the hospital bed in all of my dreams. So I'm laying in the hospital bed, and I look at my right, and that's my mother, and I look at my left, and it's my aunt. And then I'm just laying here, and I'm like, what the heck? Why am I laying in the bed? And then I look, and it's like my mom is like crying, and I can see like tears coming from her eyes in the dream. So I seen her not looking at me, but looking at the figure behind me, and she kind of just like, she nodded and was like, gave it the go ahead. As soon as she did that, hands came above my head and like tied my hands together in gloves, right? Tied my hands together, and I couldn't move my hands. So in my dream, I got mad at my mom because I'm like, you told him to do this. So it's like I didn't even turn to her anymore. I only looked at my aunt for the rest of the dream. It's crazy, right? When I woke up out of my coma, a week later, my family told me a story. They said, Kyle, we don't know what the heck was going on with you, but you kept trying to rip out your cords, so the doctor had to put gloves on your hand to stop you from ripping out the cords. And your mom gave them the go-ahead. And once your mom gave them the go-ahead, it's like in your dream, you started acting like you didn't want to talk to her anymore.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. That's so crazy.
Bro, it's like your spirit saw it. It just told your body what's going on.
Yeah, and I was mad.
Even in dreams.
Yeah, right.
No.
But premonition, bro, I was walking around. I don't care what nobody say. Dreams is dreams. I remember the dreams, but premonition, it was me and my big brother, Lawrence Spate. We call him Trey. But we was walking around just pretty much like helping people, saving souls. But like, bro, we was on feet. I remember it clear as day, on feet. Yes, sir.
You say that's like kind of like an out-of-body experience, or was it not?
Yeah,
like...
more like an out-of-body experience. But it's like, but feeling your body, knowing you're still presently there. Like, just like we sitting here walking, like after this podcast, and I get up and walk to the car, that's how it was. Like, I was walking. I was on foot. Like, I know for 100% sure, without a doubt, we was walking around on foot.
That's so crazy.
That is crazy. You ever had something like that happen?
Man, I'm glad you asked. So basically, I haven't had a dream or a vision where I was walking around. I'll tell you two dreams I had real quick. First one I had that saved me. I got saved multiple times in my life. But first one that saved me was, it was pitch black, right? And it was like 5 seconds. 5 seconds was pitch blackness. And what I hear over my shoulder, my right shoulder specifically, is Jesus is coming. Right when it happened, boom, my eyes open, and I see two portals. One is like a very small blue portal, and one is a very big red portal. And I was on top of a hill, and like the atmosphere was like red. You know what I mean? Like if you ever see like a doomsday movie, that's what it looked like, right? That was quick, and I woke up, I'm like, huh? What? Right, so that happened. And then the most recent one I had.
Can I give you a subliminal?
Well,
the two portals, one was red, one was blue,
hell,
right?
Yeah, hell and heaven.
Right? What was the difference?
Oh yeah, one was, heaven was small, like Jesus said, the gate,
boom.
I mean, what do you call it? The path is small,
boom.
The path is narrow.
That's why it was small like that, small blue.
Yeah.
I pay attention to subliminals a lot. But big red, broad is the path to destruction.
Yeah, no, I picked that up as soon as I woke up. I'm like, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying, God. So the second dream I had, it was recently. So basically, I was in like a grocery store parking lot, right? I was in like the middle. If you ever park in like Walmart or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. I was parked in the middle, and there was other cars around me. So what happened was, I don't know why, but I just knew I was putting in work. Like I was working hard, like I was just putting in work. And the atmosphere around, it was like it was supposed to be raining, but it wasn't. It was just consistent thunder, like doom, 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 doo 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 doo. I'm like, hold on, what's going? Like the rain was thunder. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was, I just felt this like, oh, I'm putting in work. I'm about to get done soon or whatever. And I remember specifically that I handed something to an angel. And it's just like, I didn't see the angel, but I know that I did it. It's so weird. So I did that. And right when I did that, I just leaned back in my chair, like relaxed or something. And as soon as I did that, I got right back up. I was like, hold on. I got right back, because something told me just get up. Like, lean back up. What are you doing? And I looked to my right. Bro, I kid you not. You know, like a hologram?
Yeah.
A hologram came down like a flash of light, and a figure came. And it was like, as the light went down, his head came, right? Like, you know, going his body. And I was like, what in the world is that? Who is that? And when he finally appeared, I knew, bro, it was Jesus, bro. I promise you, I'm not crazy. I saw Jesus. This is why I love him so much, because he came to visit me, bro. So what happened was, I get out my car very quick, and everybody else is getting out their car fast. They're like, everybody's running to him, they sprinting to him, and he's like in the front of this like grocery store or something, right? So everybody sprinting to him like, oh my goodness. It's like a big crowd around him. And I cut in front of him. I cut in front of the crowd. I'm just staring at him like, and I can't remember his face with a detail, but I remember a beard, of course. But I remember he had blue eyes with very long eyelashes. It was like the bluest eyes. I'm like, wow. Like I could not take my eyes off him. And I kid you not, this is my first opportunity to say something to him, like face to face. Bro, I literally say to Jesus Christ himself, you got the most beautiful eyes.
So you said, hold on.
I don't know why I said that, bro. Don't ask me why I said that. I don't know why I said that. But it's crazy because he said to me in response, I know. But he was so humble when he said it. He was like loving. He wasn't cocky. He was just like, I know. And it was like humble and loving and caring. I'm like, wow. And the way I knew it was him, because the closer and closer I got to him, my heart beat faster and faster and faster. It was like boom, boom, boom. I'm like, wow.
So you said that you grew up in the church, right?
Yeah.
So you grew up in the church, and did you just kind of have like a loose spiritual connection to Jesus before this, and then after that incident, you could just feel how like it was stronger, or was there any change at all, or what?
Bro, your questions are amazing. So I'll say this. I think 2 months from now. So I got saved again 2 months before. So before those 2 months, I was just living for the world, right? And I was just doing whatever I wanted. I was fornicating, which is sex outside of marriage. I hate talking, bruh. When you think about like your past, it's kind of just like,
I know.
Yeah, you know.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I look back at myself all the time. I'm like, oh.
You're like, I don't know if I did
what
that.
What was I doing,
That's
man?
what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I got you. Hey, speak on it. You changed man now. Whatever. That's who you were. You were different, and you know it.
So you know.
Yeah.
I'll
we
give
all
y'all
been
this.
there. Everybody watching this, they all been there.
They all been there. I'll give you this. If you go to my YouTube and you watch the previous videos, you'll see like the type of person I was, right? And I kept it up there because it's a reminder, not just of me, but it's also my testimony to show who he can bring out of the world, right? I was living for the world. I wanted to be liked by the world. I wanted people to love me. I wanted people to see me, and everywhere I go, I get noticed. And what I realized is that that's not worth it, because at the end of the day, you're not gonna be relevant, right? Okay, hold on. So you know Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah, everybody knows Michael Jackson.
Everybody knows Michael Jackson. But do you remember the first bodybuilder to ever be like the first? What do you call it? The first person to win bodybuilding. Do you know that?
I can't say.
You can't say, but he was probably the most famous person at that time. Can you tell me the first person to actually start the genre of pop? You can't. He was probably the most famous person at that time. What I'm trying to say is, people focus so much on themselves and trying to build this legacy and become something. But at the end of the day, when you pass away, you're gonna be forgotten. It's sad, because if you ask a kid, who is Michael Jackson? I'm like, who? Wait, Michael who? Michael who? Michael Jackson? Yeah, I don't know him.
Are you serious? Kids don't know who Michael Jackson is?
No, bro. Listen to the radio.
They gotta know.
Listen to the top 100. They will say, yeah, I know Lil Nas X. I know Drake. I know Lil Uzi. I know what do you call him? I know, what is his name? That white boy.
Which one?
See, look, okay.
There are a couple
But
of them.
they're gonna say that I know these people. But they don't know that they don't know the previous people. Bro, Michael Jackson was on top of the world, bro. He will go anywhere. This is before the internet. He'll go anywhere and everybody will know him. They will crowd around him. But what's happening now? People are forgetting about him, bro. Like people, like, and it's like, yo, why would I work so hard to be known on this earth when I can be known in heaven? Because the Bible does talk about it. You will be known for the works you did. If I'm a pastor, I'm gonna be known as a pastor. God is gonna see me closer to his seat at the head of the table.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's only fair. Like if I'm putting in all this work my whole life and I get the same reward as somebody else, I'm like, well, dang.
I love that. I am gonna go back a little bit to the question I was asking though.
Yeah.
Where I was asking like if you felt like a stronger connection after you had that premonition or that vision, you know? You kind of skipped over that, which is all right. Which is all right, man. I love what you were saying,
Yeah.
but I just kind of want to hear like a little bit about that, like your spiritual connection before and after. Was it super strong?
Right.
Was it a lot stronger? Like what changed?
I mean, I love that man so much, bro. Like the things he did, the things he took me through. Well, he didn't take me through it. The things that he was with me while I was going through it, like he just held my hand the whole way. And the fact that I got to see the man that like everybody wants to see, like everybody wants to see Jesus. Like if I'm being, and I don't say that to be cocky, like, oh, I saw him, you didn't. No, I'm just saying like he came to visit me because he cared and he understood. Because when he visited me, I was very confused. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of like God, yeah, I got back in relationship with you, but you want me to do so much and it's so hard. And I was gonna say, in that dream, what I got from it was, put in work during the storm, and he will come see you. He will bless you. He will love you. He will be your God. That's why he came to visit me, because I was putting in work during that storm. And and what he also showed me is that other people are doing it as well. I'm not alone. So that dream brought me so much closer to, like, bro, like it's hard to describe. It's just like we were like this, but now we like this.
You one and the same. You together, right?
Yep.
He's inside you.
But he says that when he left, he's gonna bring down the Holy Spirit, so that anybody who accepts Jesus, you will have the Holy Spirit within inside you. See, I'll tell you this: Moses, when he struck down the Red Sea, split it, that was power. Samson, the dude with the long hair, he was super strong. That was power. Me and him, and like anybody who, like, well, I'm not gonna assume. I ain't gonna assume. But, and I don't say this to be cocky, I promise you. But what I'm saying is, because we did accept him into our life, we have that same power. That same exact power. And anybody can get it. Like, everybody can get that power. It's fun. Like, it's fun. Like, it's cool.
Let me give y'all a practical takeaway. A 45 caliber handgun is one of the biggest handguns there is. It's humongous. A hollow tip bullet is used to, it goes through small, comes out bigger. It's used to break apart things. It's used to kill somebody, not to harm them. So if you combine those together, that's ultimate death. Half of my head is supposed to be blown off right now. I got shot in the back of my neck with a 45 caliber pistol. A hollow tip bullet 3 feet away. Right?
Was it like dead on or?
Dead on.
Dead on.
Dead on?
I got shot through here. One piece came out right here. Another piece came out my neck. I'm not supposed to be here before you. I'm not supposed to be talking. Whenever somebody has a brain injury, a lot of people, it takes a year to heal, 2 years to heal. If not, they deal with the situation for the rest of their life. I went from not walking, not talking, not eating, not writing, to doing everything all over again in 3 weeks with the Holy Spirit's help. Now, if you still deny God after hearing that, and you still deny Jesus after hearing that, then you probably should just go on about your business. But yeah, I say Holy Spirit help me out, and that's where I'm at today.
I will say, what advice, like, both of you had your own experience that, like, gave you this, like, you called it a connection.
Yeah.
Not everybody has those experiences.
Amen. True. Very true.
How do you suggest people get closer, like you guys are, I don't want to say preaching, because I feel like preaching kind of
get to that level, right?
Yeah, but
I'm going to give you a practical takeaway that a lot of people don't know. Jesus is so practical If you just ask him to give you a sign, he will. And so many, it's like it's messed up because the way the other side works, they're so deceptive that they make you not believe in religion because of the way that religion is being taught. So if you just create, because the church is within. If you go back and read the Bible, they didn't have a church. Jesus, they didn't have they had synagogues, places of worship, but they didn't have a church on every corner. So, like, what I practically say to people is like, hey, bro, I'm not saying you're not real, but if you are real, you know, not if you are real, but hey, Cal said you're real. I mean, obviously, I don't think you're not real. Just give me a sign. Show me that you're with me. And be patient. Don't try to make God come to you when you want to. That doesn't make sense. He's God. He's not going to be like, oh, they said to do it? Let me hurry up. No, he got billions of people to take care of. Right. Ask for a sign. Be patient.
It's also not going to be a literal sign.
It's not.
It could be.
I've seen literal things happen, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of things are subliminal as well, so it's really important to be observant of what you see and what you hear. And it will come to you. But I agree 100%. Like everything, it could be, but not every single thing every single time is like a smack in the face.
Now definitely, because there's this one pastor, his name is Isiah Scott. His testimony is that, I think he said for not all of his life, but most of it, you know, partying, drugs, he was part of a rock band, you know, all of that type of stuff, alcohol addiction. And what he said is that his sister said, yo, come to church with me. And this was just out of nowhere. This is out of nowhere. This is out of the blue. This is how God works. It's so amazing. So what he says is like, yo, I didn't really have any intent or any desire to really like know who he is or whatever. But he said, his sister said, yo, come to the altar. So he did. And when you go to the altar, that's like, yo, like, I'm, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it ain't no going back at that point.
Yeah, it ain't gonna lie to you, it ain't. But what he said was, God, I don't effing believe in you. But if you are real, I will give you my life. Right there, God spoke to him. I forgot what he said, though. I forgot what God said. But he said that right there and then for the next 10 years, casting out demons, healing the sick, speaking in tongues, praying every day. All I'm gonna say is, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a desire, but this is what you gotta do. This is you. I can't tell you what to do. This is what you gotta do, though. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but this is sound advice. This is advice from me. Number one, understand that you are a sinner, right? And I'm not saying that to be mean to you. I'm sorry. It's the fact. It's honestly true. It's honestly true. I'm a sinner too. But please understand that you're not perfect. You're not a good person like you think you are. You are good in human standard probably, but you're not a good person, right? God is holy. He is just. He will judge you off of everything you did, right? You got to understand that. Be humble. You have to humble yourself. You're not the best person ever. Number two, understand that Jesus died for you, so you don't even have to take on the wrath. You got to understand that Jesus is he's not an easy way out. I enemy. I Jesus. Jesus is not an easy way out, but he's really like the easiest way out, if I'm being honest. Because many people think like, oh, I gotta work to get into heaven. Bro, all you have to do is say, Jesus, I accept you. Boom.
My yoke is easy and my burden is light.
My yoke is easy, my burden is light. Bro, and I'm not saying that you just say it out of nowhere. No, you gotta mean it. That's why I said, number one, understand that you need him. Number two, get to a point where you realize like, okay, if I actually do need you, like get to a point where you question it. Like, okay, maybe I do. If I do, what's up? Like, who are you? And the Bible says, if you seek, you shall find. That is one of the best Bible verses ever. Because if you seek him, you will. He didn't say you might find me. He said you will. All you have to do is just have the smallest bit desire to see him, to know him. It's not that hard. Like many people, like bro, if you want to do it right here, right now, like while you're watching or whatever, all you simply have to do is say, look, I don't know if you're real or not. I don't trust you. I don't have faith in it. But I really want to know, are you my creator? Do you love me? Do you know every hair on my body, on my head? Do you know my destiny and my future? Do you really know these things? And if you do, prove it to me. Tell me that Jesus is real. And if he is, show me, please. Just like, boom, like, I even look. It's not hard. It's really not that hard. Because, like, look, he loves us so much, he made it simple. If you seek me, you will find me. Just seek him. That's all you got to do.
And with that, sorry.
No, I was gonna say if you're not a person that wants to sit there and read, if you're not a Bible reading person, ultimately, you can do scientific research, and you can do the human way of researching and still find out the truth about God. It's crazy. There's so many different avenues. The book that has the top amount of sales is the Bible. The Bible is the basic instructions before leaving Earth, but the Bible is a historic book. Literally, look it up. The history of the Bible. It's like historic. It's amazing.
And with that said, we got some great advice from these boys here who are on their way to success through the cracks. All right, you're gonna go check them out. You wanna plug your social media again?
Yes, I will. I'm Kyle Jones Official _ Check me out on Instagram so we can turn up together. YouTube, Kyle Jones space The Chosen One. And my productions company is Kyle. I said Kyle. My productions company is Isiah Scott Productions. But the most important clutch movement, and I'll make sure I spell it correctly for you guys. It is CLUTCH _movement. And then you'll be able to see the way we move it through the city, moving through the cracks.
Through the cracks. And you want to plug yours?
So you can follow me on Instagram at Isiah.Scott2. That's Isiah.Scott2. It's the same as Isaiah as the Bible. Do that. My bad, I got distracted. You good? So Isiah.Scott2. You can follow my YouTube channel. Me and my cousins at Scott Nation on YouTube. And definitely follow Clutch Movement. We about to really, like, bro, if y'all want to actually, do we have a cash out?
We don't, but I can send out maybe a GoFundMe or something. We're eventually want to, because I've been thinking I can pay for everything myself. You can't do that, Kyle. Something told me, like, I think it was God. He was like, Kyle, I get it, but you can't do that. It's other people involved now. Get other people involved. So if you want to be a part of the movement, I'm not going to ask you for money or anything, but I'm going to ask for them. If you want to give them some money, go right ahead. We can all do this together. James, through the cracks, they're doing great things out here as well. So we're all in this together.
It's very, very important.
Very.
Working together. And if you want to help us and you want to work together with us, go ahead, donate to our GoFundMe where we do Atlanta outreach to help us help Atlanta outreach. All right? You want to check us out on social media? Check us out on _the_cracks on Instagram.
I'll plug everything else.
We'll plug ourselves in the show notes, and you'll see these guys' profiles plugged into the show notes. So go hit us up, go follow us, and stay tuned.
Come and join the wave. Let's go. It's a clutch movement. We're taking over.
Through the cracks.
Gang.
Through the cracks. Check y'all later.
Let's go.